Hello everyone, David Ronefalk here from the European Championship 2024, and we've finished the first day of qualifying here, which is the third day of the event. So I thought I would take you through the track here, make a little bit of a track walk and show you guys what we've got here for this week. It's a great track built by Miguelo, the team from Madrid, who's also making the Buggyland track, which is a race coming up later this year in early October, I think. So that's a race that you should try to go to at some point if you can. But yeah, let's start here. We come down the straight into the first corner, which is a 180 here on the bricks. We're all running like a clay synthetic compound tire, which generates a lot of grip in this section. And yeah, you just need to be easy going into here. Stay as close to the pipe without touching it, of course. So after that, you try to stay on the white. Come up to a small little double here. The face is kind of breaking apart a little bit, but not too much. You just cannot hit it too fast because it will kind of send the car a little bit funky over the jump. So yeah, just roll it. It has a good pop to it, so you just try to be as smooth here as you can on the inside. As you can see, they kind of repaired some of the holes that started to develop a little bit today. It got a little bit dusty in the line and the grip dropped a little bit as the dust came in. So this is a pretty tight chicane. You land that double, try to stay close to the inside, and then of course try to avoid this sharp 180 corner here. Some cars have been flipping. I've been close to touching it a couple of times as well, but so far so good in the first 3 rounds. We come over a bit of a roller, a hip jump. I try to send my car as far as I can into this next right-hander, which will bring us back to the towards the driver's stand, let's say. So we have a step down, or like a roller step down thing. You try to not go too fast over these 2 rollers, as you need a little bit of a drive over this next tabletop in order to clear this landing over here. So I thought that we were going to land in between, but we saw pretty quickly in the first practice round on the first day that we could land over here. So try to keep the momentum over that tabletop into this concrete section, which leads us into a pretty tight chicane. So you really want to hug the inside, stay on the white. Again, if we were on normal compound, this would be a pretty kind of slick section, but with the tires we are all using, we have a good amount of grip. Try to avoid hitting that curb as well. In the beginning, the pipe, like the tube, was coming all the way out, but they decided to cut it as a lot of cars were driving straight into a wall, almost. So yeah, that's a pretty tight chicane over this is a very nice section of the track, I think. It comes over a roller here. You're not really lifting at all. You're just trying to kind of keep the speed into this next 180 here, which sets you up for a triple jump. You want to be close to the inside, but then again you need to have good drive in order to be able to clear the triple here. So I opt to go just a little bit wide in order to set my car up well for the landing over here. I'm trying to avoid the spots where they have put some glue tonight. But yeah, this part also got a little bit dusty in the end. You see the glue is kind of peeling off here from the face. So this corner was a little bit slick if you went too far outside. But it's a very nice jump, good flow into this 180, which is not really tight. It's kind of a wide 180. Another short shoot into the second 180 here in the infield, which leads you into another double. This section is always pretty nice to make as well, because you kind of jump a little bit sideways, which sets you up nice for that corner table, which comes next. So this is like typical Miguelo style when he builds the tracks. It has very nice flow and lots of technical parts on this track, which you saw in the beginning of the race, where people were it was a big separation between the guys. Everyone is now getting a little bit tighter, and qualifying has been pretty close today, I would say. But yeah, you come over that corner table into this 180. There's plenty of 180s on this track, I just realized. But yeah, no curb, nothing. so you're not really able to hit the pipe. You just gotta stay with a bit of margin into the inside there. This section is another good flowing section, I would say. Nice high-speed sweeper going over a bit of a mountain here. The cars are again not lifting over this, and that leads you into this big back double. And as you see, it's pretty easy. If you send the car too fast in that high-speed sweeper, you can end up here on the left side of the track, which will lose you a lot of seconds. But again, this is another tricky section of the track, as the glue has kind of peeled off the surface, and underneath it, it's just pure dirt, and it makes it very dusty here in this corner. So if you land right in that hole, the clay tires, which are sticky when you drive, they pick up a lot of dirt, and you'll have absolutely no steering whatsoever, and you're gonna arrive over here. So this section is definitely the toughest on the track. To make it right, you have to be perfect on the landing, kind of land short, and make sure you have time to stop the car to be able to hug the inside. And then again, as you can see, there's a big pole here, a light pole, which they use probably when driving other races here during the night, so they can put the lights on, which is cool. But yeah, that's a pole which will definitely flip you over if you hit that corner too tight. And this is quite far from the driver's stand as well, so it's really difficult to judge where your car is compared to where the pole is. And then after that, you have dust on your tires. You come into this corner with pretty low grip, I would say. But then as you accelerate over here to the back right section in the line, that kind of clears off the tire again, and you'll have grip into this corner. So just overall, I really like the layout. It has such good flow, very technical, like I said before. So this is a far right-hander, which comes into the last section basically on the track, where you send it over this double, which is again a pretty small one. You don't need a lot of power to clear this thing, but at the same time, I prefer to kind of turn the car in the face of the jump to be able to land a little bit sideways to set myself up for the next section, which is a right-hander into a small little roller double for the loop here. So this one is pretty easy as well. You carry enough speed to just roll over it. Then you want to hug the inside. Here it's not as smooth as the other parts of the track, so this hump here, you can feel it, and that will send your car to the right. If you don't take it here on the inside, you hit it here, it's gonna pull straight here. So you want to be close to the inside here on the left side. Here's the loop finish line, and then you have the last 180 here, which leads you out on the straightaway. This is also the entry on the pit lane. The pit lane is pretty tight, and it's kind of far away to already enter here, so you will probably see a lot of people crash and make mistakes coming into the pit. But I think it's good. It slows the cars down for the pit lane, and it's safe for the mechanics. But definitely you'll see people making mistakes in there, I would say. You have Robert standing here on the straightaway. But yeah, you do that 180. You come out here on the chicane, which leads you onto the front straightaway, which isn't really flat straightaway. As you can see, we come in this chicane, which is full speed, and then you send it over that tabletop here on the straight, and then there's like one drop down, and right before you enter that brick section in the end of the straight, there's like a speed bump. So you just brake a little bit right before that, set your car up for that 180, and that's one lap around the Hungaroring track here at the European Championship 2024.